Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya. Jam Vishnupada Pravansa Parivajikacharya Stotra Shatasri Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jam Vishnupada Pravansa Parivajikacharya Stotra Shatasri Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Grandhara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki. Nitai Gaura Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naranchaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 1, The Advent of Lord Krishna, Introduction. Today, verse number 11. Deham manusham astritya. Deham manusham astritya. Kativarshani Vrishnibihi. Kativarshani Vrishnibihi. Yado Puryam Sahavatsit. Yado Puryam Sahavatsit. Patnya Katya Abhavan Prabho. Patnya Katya Abhavan Prabho. Deham Manusham Astritya. Kativarshani Vrishnibihi. Yado Puryam Sahavatsit. Patnya Katya Bhavan Prabho. Deham Manusham Astritya. Kativashnani Vrishnibi. Yadu Puryam Sahavatsit. Patnya Katya Bhavan Prabho. Deham astritya kativasnani vishnivi. Deham manusham astritya vasnani vishnibhi Vaishnavis. Deham manusham astritya What word meaning? Deham, body.
Body.
Manusham, exactly like a man. Asritya, accepting. Kativashani, how many years? Vrishnivihi, in the company of the Vrishnis. Those who are born in the Vrishni family. Yadupuryam, in Dwaraka, in the residential quarters of Yadus. Saha, with. Avatsit, the Lord lived. Patnya, wives. Kati, how many? Abhavan, were there. Prabhu, of the Lord. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has no material body, yet He appears as a human being. For how many years did He live with the descendants of Vrishni? How many wives did He marry? And for how many years did He live in Dwaraka? Purport. In many places, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is described as Sachidananda Vigraha, possessing a spiritual blissful body. His bodily features is Narakruti, that is, exactly like that of a human being. Here, the same idea is repeated in the words Manusham Astritya, which indicate that he accepts a body exactly like that of a man. Everywhere it is confirmed that Krishna is never Nirakara or formless. He has his form exactly like that of a human being. There is no doubt about this. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshonmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I seek blessings of all of you to speak Śrīmad Bhāgavatam for a spontaneous class. So today's verse is describing Lord's form, and also it is describing Parikshit Maharaj asking a question for how many years he lived and how many wives did he marry. And what else? He has no material body, yet he appears as human being. So there are three different points mentioned in the translation. He doesn't have any material body, but still he appears. And how many, when he appeared, for how long he was here, and how many wives did he marry. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada begins the purport with saying, in many places, Lord's form has been described as Sachidananda Vigraha. What is Sachidananda Vigraha means? What is Sat means? Sat means eternal. Eternal means yeah, always existing. It means it does not have any beginning, there is no end. And Chit means knowledge. Ananda means bliss. Not just the Lord is Sachidananda, we living entity is also Sachidananda. But the only difference between the Lord and ourselves is we are tiny particle of Sachidananda. We are also eternal, blissful and completely knowledgeful. But the Lord is Sachidananda Sandrangha Visheshatma. So for us there is difference between the body and the soul. But when Lord appears, there is no difference between his body and he. That's very important to know. In the Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sarjuna. Those who understands Krishna's birth and activities upon leaving the material body will not take another material body. Just by understanding Janma, how he appears. So his Janma is not like ours. Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishvaro hari. So his Aja, Ja means one which takes birth. Aja means which does not take birth. So Lord is Aja. He never takes birth like a normal human being. But in Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter, Krishna explains the living entity is also Aja. Correct. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano nahanyate hanyamane sharire. So living entity is also Aja, unborn. Then what is the difference between the Lord and us? What is the difference between Lord's taking birth and we taking birth? How do we distinguish that? Yeah, so we take birth according to the karma we performed in the past life. Generally when we go to school preaching or the new people preaching, so I generally ask this, anybody here chose their birth? Did you choose which family you had to born? I said, no. Did you choose which gender you had to be born? Male, female? No. Did you choose which color you had to have when you were born? No. Did you choose which bodily features you had to have? No. Did you choose your hairstyle? Curly hair, straight hair? No. None of this was according to your choice, but you were given that. But Lord is not like that. Lord chose his parents. Correct. Krishna chose his parents. He told them, I will appear in your family. When Sutapa and Prishni were performing severe austerities, Lord appeared and they asked, my dear Lord, we want a child like you. Krishna said, there is no one like me, asamodhva. There is no one equal to Krishna and there is no one above Krishna. And he mentioned, I will appear personally. So now Krishna fulfilled his promise. When Devaki and Vasudeva saw Krishna, and Krishna mentioned, you prayed for me, here I am. But when Krishna appeared, he did not appear like us. With blood, mucus and everything smeared on our body. But when Krishna appeared, he was with 400 form and nicely decorated with golden ornaments, everything. So that's his body is Sachidananda. So eternally existing. Yet we see Krishna's body is transforming, correct? When he appeared, he was 400 small baby form. As he was growing in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam later chapters, we hear up to chapter 23 or 31, up to Krishna attaining the youthful age. Body is, 1 year Krishna performed this, 3rd month he performed this, 7th year he lifted Govardhan hill. Then after 7th year he was given bigger cows to take care. So then, but his body is also changing. What is this? On one side we say Sachidananda, there is no transformation in his body. But on the other hand, in his Naralila, it appears that he is transforming to the different bodies. How do you understand that? How do you understand? Is it changing or not changing? Yeah? Any other thoughts? Yes? Yes. So on his free will, one of the 4 unique qualities of Krishna is he performs sweet human-like pastimes, Leela Madhuri. So for that purpose, Krishna changes his bodies. And it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, all these bodies eternally existing. Like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives an analogy of this zodiac signs. This 12 zodiac sign, they rotate according to the month. But they are eternally existing. All the 12 signs are there. Every month they transfer according to the sun's movement. So similarly, Krishna's childhood body, youthful body, Kaishora age body, all these different bodies are eternally existing. Like a sun moves from one place to other place, now is 8:05. In India, what is the time now? Maybe 4 o'clock in the morning. In America, different time. So the same sun which was here 8 o'clock in the morning, it is going to be 8 o'clock soon in India. And same 8 a.m. will be somewhere else. The same sun is transforming. Similarly, Krishna's bodies, so his Janmalila is going to happen soon. In August. Same Janmalila will happen in somewhere else, in other planet, other universe. So all these bodies eternally existing, and Krishna performs these eternal pastimes. There is no end. Although he appears as a small child, but he is completely potent in performing all the activities. Like in the beginning of his Leela, when he was just 3 days old, he killed Putana Rakshashi, who came to kill Krishna. Although he was 3 days old, so far in the human history, we never seen a 3-day-old baby killing somebody. Big, gigantic demon. But Krishna killed. So when people hear these kind of Krishna's Naralila pastimes, they thought, oh, this is just mythology. Just this mythology. Since I cannot do this, no one else can do. Atmavat manyate lokam. So people compare themselves with the Supreme Lord. So there is no way we can compare Supreme Personality of Godhead's activities. So all his activities are achintya. Achintya. And the next line, Prabhupada explains, his bodily feature is narakruti, that is exactly like that of a human being. Krishna appears in different incarnations, in different universes, in different species. So what are the different species that Krishna appeared so far? Matsya, although he appeared in the species of a fish, among the fish, but he is not one of them. How he is not one of them? Yes? Yeah, he is taking avatar. And also, we see his inconceivable activity when he appeared as a fish. When he appeared, he was just appeared in the palm of the Satyavata Muni. No, Satyavata, King Satyavrata. He was just a small fish when the king went to do the Sandhya Vandan. He took palm full of water and Lord is present in that as a small fish. So he put it back in the water. Again, next Sandhya Vandan, again Lord came in the palm. Again he dropped it. Then fish started speaking, "Oh king, I took shelter of you, please take care of me." And he brought it to his kingdom. He put it in a small pond. Within few minutes, expanded to the size of that pond. And then again, "Oh, I took shelter of you, please put me somewhere." You cannot maintain me. Again, that king brought a big pond, big pond, big pond. He expanded, again put it back in the ocean. Still, it occupied the entire, it is mentioned he occupied 80 miles, 80 yojanas are miles long, very big. So that inconceivable potency of the Lord. Although he appeared as a fish, but he is different. And it is mentioned as a fish, he was so beautiful. He was so beautiful when he was performing the pastimes, all the daughters of Sagara attracted to the fish incarnation. They want to marry him. So Krishna fulfilled their desire as well. Here, when he appeared, Swami Bhagavan. So one of the waiting list to get married to Krishna, they got their waiting list confirmed when Krishna appeared as Swami Bhagavan. What other incarnations Krishna took? Kurma. When he appeared as Kurma, again we know, he was just feeling that itching sensation. So it was pacified when that Mandarachala Parvata was churning on the beautiful body of the Lord as Kurma Avatar. He held that Mandarachala Parvata. And he was so beautiful. In the 8th canto it was described, his beautiful helmet, his bodily features. Again, the daughters of Varuna want to get married to Kurmadev. He said, "Okay, wait, I'll marry when I come as Swayam Bhagavan." What other forms he appeared? Varaha. And we see in the 3rd canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam descriptions of Varahadev. From where he appeared? Nostril of Brahmaji. He was just Achi. Immediately Varahadev appeared. He was just a small creature. Small. As he was going away, he became so big, so big. Although he appeared as Varaha, but he was so beautiful and powerful. So Krishna appears among the different species, but he is not one of them. Although he appeared among the human beings, Narakruti, but he is not one of the human beings. So that's why these pastimes are so bewildering. Kunti Maharani, in her prayers, she says, "My dear Lord, your Maya Javanika Channam, so your pastimes cannot be understood by a normal human being, normal person. Like a nato natyajaravayata. So you are acting like an actor on a stage. But for a foolish person who is observing that actor, he thinks, oh, like in some movies, you see that actor, he's so much involved and dressed in particular way, you cannot identify who is that actor. So similarly, Krishna, when he is performing, he is completely involved in that pastime. So one cannot understand or distinguish between Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is he a normal person? Like, say for example, when this Yavana king attacked Dwaraka, he came with a big aeroplane. What's his name? Shalva. So when Shalva attacked Dwaraka, he was so big musician, Mayavi, he made arrangement that as if he kidnapped Vasudeva. And some messenger of Vasudeva comes and informs Krishna that your father been kidnapped by Shalva and beheaded. And Krishna was crying like anything, as if he got bewildered. So there, in Krishna book, Srila Prabhupada explains that Krishna was acting in such a way, he is invoking that human-like pastime. He want to enjoy. Similarly, when Lord appeared as Sri Ramachandra, he was searching for Mother Sita in the Dandakaranya forest. So this was observed by Mother Parvati and Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva was glorifying the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra, his Ishtadevata. He was telling, look at my Lord, how he is performing these pastimes. And Mother Parvati said, I think he is not your Lord. If he is your Lord, how can he cry for a pity woman, his wife? And Lord Shiva said, no, Parvati, don't underestimate my Lord. And Parvati wanted to test. Immediately she came down, transformed herself to Mother Sita, went in front of Lord Ramachandra. Lord Ramachandra immediately asked, oh, Amba, what are you doing here? Where is your pati? Immediately she understood, he is just acting, and went back. Lord Shiva told, I told you, don't go. My Lord is just enjoying Vipralamba pastimes. So Lord performs so many activities, they appear as if human, but inconceivable. You see, when Krishna was caught by Mother Yashoda, he was crying like a normal child. Hey, put down your stick, and false tears were there. He was actually trembling. But when it comes to bind Krishna, he showed his vibhuti. All his vibhutis, they were saying, no, we don't want to be bound by you. But Krishna was acting so much. Mother Kunti Maharani says, even the fear personified feared by you, but you are feared by Mother Yashoda's stick. What is this? How can we understand? Then she says, only way to understand is bhakti. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yaschami tattvataha. So without bhakti, one cannot distinguish the pastimes of the Lord. He cannot even understand, he cannot even enter into it. Even when Upanishads describe about the absolute truth, Upanishads generally say, apanipada javana grahita, taddhuraye, tadantike, tadantarasya bahasya. People cannot understand what is this. Apanipada, he doesn't have any feet. He doesn't have any hands. Pani, but he will accept everything. If he doesn't have any hands, how do you accept? And they say, oh, he is formless. When we say, taddhuraye, tadantike, he is far, but he is very close. And people say, yeah, he is impersonal, so he is far and he is close. They cannot understand. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was told by Gopinath Acharya told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is thinking, but nowhere it's mentioned in the Shastra that in Kali Yuga Lord appears. He is only called Tri-Yuga. So he appears only Satya, Treta and Dwapara, Kali Yuga, no incarnation. So logically it's correct. Gopinath Acharya says, with your logic and argument you cannot understand. So you have to have the mercy of the Lord. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked, okay, you go and call Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I will teach him Vedanta philosophy. He is young sannyasi. So he called, in the conversation, he wanted to teach Vedanta Sutra. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was speaking Vedanta Sutra for a week. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just listening. He did not speak a word. At the end, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked, I have been speaking Vedanta Sutra, but you are not saying a word. If somebody did not understand, they would ask a question. But I don't know whether you understood or not. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, he was exhibiting humility. He was saying, I'm just a fool, I cannot understand. But I can understand Vedanta philosophy so clearly, but I cannot understand your interpretations. Vedanta very clearly says, Supreme Lord is a person, but you are covering the sun with the cloud. You are covering with your interpretation, you are covering the original meaning. So similarly, all these Mayavadis who translate Bhagavad Gita and Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, they cover Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then Mahaprabhu explains what is actually it is. In that conversation, Mahaprabhu explains when Upanishads describe the absolute truth as Nirakar, Nirguna, it says he is present before the material universe been created. Before the material universe been created, there is no material world. When there is no material world, there is no influence of modes. No goodness, passion, influence is not there. That means Lord is situated in his Shuddha Sattva platform. So that is why Upanishad describe he is Nirguna. There is no material contamination because he is present before the material manifestation created. Before even technically say Pradhan is manifested. Since he is present in that beginning, there is no material contamination. There is no material gunas. And when it says he is present everywhere, antarasya, bahyasya, apanipada, javana grahita, he can run faster than the first. That means he is inconceivable in potency, so he can act as Paramatma everywhere. For a devotee, it's very easy to understand. Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, in one conversation, he says, when he was doing his theology, so they went to a conference, theology conference. All these professors in theology, they attended that conference. It was on Upanishads. So they were describing Upanishad verses, describing about the absolute truth, giving all these descriptions, he is inside, outside. During the break, all these professors sat in a round table with a wine in one hand and smoke in other hand. They were thinking, what is this Lord? Is antarasya, bahyasya? How can he present inside and outside? Tadhuraya, tadantike, he is very far, but he is very close. They were thinking. But the devotees know, as Paramatma, he is very far, he is in everyone's heart, but he is in his abode in Golaka Vrindavan. It's very easy for the devotee to understand. But whereas these mental speculators, there is no access. There is no access. Goloka eva nivasati akilatma bhuta. We immediately understand, yes, Lord is present in Golaka Vrindavan and he is in the heart of every living entity. Not just that, he is present in the form of Archa Vigraha as well. For many Mayavadis, Archa Vigraha doesn't make any sense. For the impersonalist, Archa Vigraha doesn't make any sense. But for a devotee, he is directly present. Every offering Lord is accepting, correct? And we know. So, for normal person, he cannot understand the difference between the deity form and normal idol. They think all these idols are same. But for a devotee, he knows inconceivable potency of the Lord. It's not just Lord, when whatever form he appears, directly in the human form, or in the Archa form, or in the holy name form, any form he appears, he is complete and perfect, and he will reciprocate 100%. So then, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very clearly explains Lord's internal potency, external potency, and marginal potency. There he explains Satchidananda, Krishna's Sat potency, Hladini, Samvit, Shandini Sakti. He explains very clearly how Krishna is manifesting all of them in full. When he appears in the human form, he possesses all the 6 opulences in full, and he works in full potency. But the non-devotee, they cannot understand his Nirakara and Narakruti. Krishna says, for that reason in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita and 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, when he appears, Avijahananti Mamuda Manusham Tanumashita. When I appear as in the human-like form, Manusham Tanumashita. But the people who are blind by ignorance, they cannot understand Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram. They cannot understand Krishna is the Ishvara. Even as practicing devotees, it's very, very difficult for us to understand the reciprocation of the deity, the reciprocation of the holy name. With slight sentiment, we may practice chanting. With little bit sentiment and soft-hearted consciousness, we can worship the deity. But when it comes to taking shelter of the holy name, taking shelter of the deity, it's very, very difficult. We try to take shelter of so many other things. When the problem comes, when we sought the shelter of the Lord, we try to take some other things, forgetting, oh, it's difficult. It's difficult to chant. It's difficult to worship the deity. So we don't see that reciprocation. So we don't see Lord in the Archa Vigraha. So for that reason, many times we see deities being neglected, thinking they are just a stone, they are just a wood. Even while cooking, while serving, we forget the inconceivable potency of the Lord, absolute nature of the deity. So it's very important to always have in mind that there is no difference between the holy name and the Lord. There is no difference between the Archa Vigraha and the Lord. In that consciousness, when we worship the holy name and the deity, you see the reciprocation of the Lord, and from there, when we chant the holy names, we can understand the pastimes and the qualities and all the activities of the Lord. Atha Shri Krishna Namadi Nabhavet Grahyam Indriya Sevon Mukhe Jihvadav Swayam Eva Spuratyadaha. So Sri Krishna's name, form, qualities and pastimes, they are not very easily understandable. So one may know, like a parrot, we can tell all the pastimes of the Lord, how he married 16,108 wives, so easily we can describe. But how much faith we have on the Lord's inconceivable potencies. You know the pastime of Narada visiting the cobbler and the Brahmana? So Brahmana, when he visited Brahmana, Brahmana asked Narada, "Oh, you going to Vaikuntha? Please ask my Lord when I am going to come to Vaikuntha." He says, "Okay, I will definitely ask and get back to you." Then he visits cobbler. Cobbler also asked the similar question. "Please offer my respects to the Lord and please ask him when I am going to go back to Godhead." So he goes to Narayan. Narayan, he presents these two devotees' appeal. Narayan says, the Brahmana would take some lifetimes more, but the cobbler will come back immediately. He says, "My dear Lord, how come? This Brahmana is very religious, he follows all the rules and regulations." Instead of giving the whole explanation, Lord says, "Okay, you go back and tell this. These devotees will ask what I am doing. And tell them I am passing a big elephant through the eye of a needle." So Narad Muni comes back. Brahmana asks, "Oh, did you see my Lord?" Narad Muni says, "Yes, I have seen the Lord." "What is he doing?" "Okay, before that, please tell me when I am going to go back." And Narad Muni says, "You will take some few more lifetimes to go back." "No, you did not see, Lord. You are just telling lies." Now this Brahmana is thinking, I am performing all the religious principles so strict. "If you have seen the Lord, please tell me what is he doing." Narad Muni says, "He is sending a big elephant through the eye of a needle." "How can he send? You are just joking. He cannot do that." And Narad Muni understood his faith on the Lord. Then he goes to cobbler. Cobbler immediately offered obeisances to Narad Muni and he asked, "What is my Lord doing?" Cobbler, when he asked, Narad Muni told, "Lord is sending a big elephant through the eye of a needle." Immediately this cobbler started crying. And Narad Muni asked cobbler, "Do you believe this?" "Yes, I believe." "How do you believe this?" He said, "I am sitting under this big banyan tree. It has thousands and millions of fruits, and each fruit has so many seeds, and every seed has a potency to produce this big banyan tree. If my Lord can make this small seed to produce a big banyan tree, what is so difficult for my Lord to send a big elephant through the eye of a needle?" When Narad Muni heard this, he said, "Yes, this is how you will go back." So we have to have that kind of faith when we read Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, when we understand Krishna's activities right from the first canto till the last canto. All the 9 cantos are preparing us to understand Krishna's inconceivable activities. If one does not know Krishna's inconceivable activities, how can one understand Krishna performing these pastimes, marrying 16,108 wives? People just think, "Oh, your Lord is just lustful." He's marrying 16,108. They compare themselves with the Lord. So for that reason, we need to develop our faith of all the 9 cantos. All the 9 cantos help us to see Supreme Personality of Godhead as Swayam Bhagavan. As Swayam Bhagavan. As Swayam Bhagavan, he does not follow any rules and regulations. He can cheat, he cannot cheat. It's up to him. Correct? Dharmantu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranita. With the Yadus in the middle of battlefield, when he was telling Yudhishthir Maharaj, "You tell this lie." It's not lie. Whatever Krishna says is truth. Because whatever Krishna speaks, that's Veda. Whatever Krishna speaks is Veda. That's it. So that's the faith we need to develop. So when we develop that faith, we can understand Krishna pastimes. As long as we don't have that, it's very difficult. So what is the faith we want to develop? As a sadhaka, what is the faith we want to develop? Yeah, Krishna will protect us. What else? Yeah, we shouldn't doubt whatever Krishna perform. Yeah, we are part and parcel of Krishna. Abhinna namna, name and form is non-different. I will go back to him certainly. Yes. As a sadhaka, our faith is one. That is, just by performing devotional service, I am doing everything. Correct? Shraddha shabde vishwasa kaile suddhuda nishchaya Krishna bhakti hoile sarva siddhi hoy. So real faith we want to develop is just by performing devotional service, I am fulfilling all my duties. Shraddha shabde suddhuda nishchaya. That's the faith we want to develop. My chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, my following 4 regulative principles, reading and hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, serving Navavidha Bhakti is itself is enough. I don't have to do anything else. Put complete faith on the parampara system. So that's what we want to develop. So Srila Prabhupada given enough for us to go back. So that's the faith we need to develop. So just by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is enough for me to go back to Godhead. So that's the faith we need to develop. From there, everything manifests. Everything manifests. Krishna Bhakti koila sarva siddhi hoy. Just by performing Krishna Bhakti, I will attain everything. I don't want to separately endeavor for any name, fame, or the prestige, or the possessions. No, I don't have to separately endeavor. My only endeavor in this life is somehow or other I develop Krishna Bhakti. So that's the faith we need to come to at the end. So when we have that Suddhuda Nishchay, you see life goes in a different direction. So many people say, oh, have you got enlightenment? Have you got enlightenment? Real enlightenment is not a destination. Many people think enlightenment is a destination. Enlightenment is a direction. So our enlightenment is, I will perform bhakti, I will get succeeded in my life. So that itself is enough. Okay? From there we can understand Krishna's nirakar, Krishna's form, Krishna's activities, everything. So as long as we don't have that, it's very difficult. So Srila Prabhupada very systematically preached and given his teachings in a way that invokes our natural devotion. Okay, I'll stop here. If you have any questions, comments and corrections, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the nice class. Prabhu, you were talking about the forms of Lord Vishnu, the avatars. So Prabhu, it's stated that all the forms of Lord Vishnu are eternal. So are there separate lokas for all the incarnations like Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narsimha? So if there is, then why is it stated in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam that Lord Nrsingadev's form was never seen by anyone before the pastime actually happened? And even for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if his form is eternal, so where is his planet?
Thank you for asking that question. So according to Brahma Samhita, Ramadi Murti Sakala Niyamena Tishtan Anavatara. What is the next one? Makreshu something. Anyway, so according to that verse, all the different incarnations, they have their residence, separate Vaikuntha lokas in the Vaikuntha planetary system. In the spiritual world. And Narasimha form not ever been seen, yes, because he appeared according to the wish of Lord Brahma, given the benediction, and Lord immediately manifested. But also different Puranas mention the same Narasimha form appeared in slightly different way to kill different demons. Like one time Narasimha appeared to kill Mangala demon. So that's where this pastime happened in South India called Mangalagiri. Lord Narasimha appeared to kill Mangala demon, who is in the shape of a big elephant. He killed the demon similar way how he killed Hiranyakashipu, with living and also simultaneously dead. Not with the human, not with the animal. So similarly, he killed with foam in Mangalagiri, this Mangala demon. So Lord's form is eternally existing, but it was not seen by any human. He never manifested before. So he manifested in front of Prahlad Maharaj to kill Hiranyakashipu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also eternally existing in the spiritual world. So what is the proof? In the first canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, cover page, if you see, can you bring first canto? So it is mentioned in the Goloka Vrindavan, half is Krishna's pastimes are happening and half Mahaprabhu's pastimes are happening. And they both simultaneously existing. So like this one. So half Krishna's, Mahaprabhu's pastimes in Goloka Vrindavan, they are happening, and remaining half Krishna's pastime. So, but in the Bhauma Vrindavan, whenever Krishna appears, immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears. Because those pastimes were tasted just. So, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, Mahaprabhu appears. But these pastimes eternally existing in the Goloka Vrindavan. So, for that reason, Prabhupada put this in the beginning of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. And here we can see all the different avatars and their planetary systems in the Vaikuntha Dham. So in the Vaikuntha Dham, majority of the portion is Goloka Vrindavan, one corner, that's the main city, and remaining is for other incarnations. Innumerable Vaikuntha Dhams are there. According to the devotees' development of attachment to a particular deity, they will go to that particular Vaikuntha Dham. But the only difference between these Vaikuntha Dhams and Goloka Vrindavan is that the highest rasa, Madhurya rasa, experienced and exhibited in the Goloka Vrindavan, whereas other planetary systems, maximum they can have up to Vatsalya rasa. And also the Mukti, Sayudhya, Sarupya, Salokya, Samipya, Sarishti, all these Muktis are different. Those who want to stay in the same place, have the same opulence, they will go there. But whereas directly want to engage in the transcendental rasa of the Lord, they will go to Goloka Vrindavan. That's why Goloka Vrindavan is the highest. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Any other question? Okay. Thank you very much. Grandhara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki, Jai Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki.